Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew? I hate it. I need the laugh. It's your boy DJ Dookie, your girl
Sierra Nicole.
back on the channel with another
Kid and C original. Boy.
Welcome back to the channel, man. We got another TikTok video for y'all today. We got deathbed confessions to nurses. Story time. I'm all good for story time, man. Shit. You up for a story time?
I'm up for it.
So with that being said, we ain't gonna hold y'all no more before we get into it. Make sure y'all check out the links in the description box down below. You already know where to go if you want to further support. Just always check the links, for real. Check them links down below. You will enjoy them. But we also shout out our comment of the day. So salute to you. We highly appreciate our comments over here on our platforms. Forums with an S, because we like over there on the links in the description. But as well, before we get into it, as always, make sure y'all hit the like as well, because y'all be sleeping on the like button. Y'all need to run them likes up. Let us know y'all enjoying the videos. That's the only way we know, by commenting and liking. If you just watching and you keep coming back, but you ain't interacting, we won't know. And then we'll stop and y'all be like, well, why y'all stop doing this? Because y'all ain't letting us know. But with that being said, it's Deathbed Confessions to Nurses, Storytime Edition. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Nursing school doesn't prepare you for the number of elderly patients who will casually confess to decades-old murder.
I had a woman dying from COVID confess something really heart-wrenching to me. She told me that when she was a teenager, she told her mother that one of the local black boys had touched her behind the grocery store. And in 1936 Louisiana, this was a very big deal. Not only was this boy lynched, but he was beaten, and his genitals were cut off. And then the family home was burned to the ground. And she watched it all happen. You want to know why? Because she saw that his sisters had prettier dresses than she did, and she just didn't like it. So she lied. And then it clicked. This same woman had been hallucinating for the past couple of days, saying that there was a black boy in her room watching her, would not stop staring at her, and she was scared shitless. She asked if she could be forgiven. I told her the only person who could forgive her was the boy she killed. Not sorry.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I feel like the reason why she was seeing him, because she always carried that on her heart, and she knows she was about to die, and going, you know what I'm saying, you got a heavy heart. You know what they say.
Yep.
So y'all, this ain't wrong, okay? I used to work in an assisted living facility at night. Well,
No, she was in country.
I go in one night, and the staff before me is like, oh yeah, we got a new admit today. Her name is, we'll call her Jean. Her name is Jean. You'll love her. She's so sweet. I meet Jean. Jean is super sweet. 1 o'clock in the morning rolls around. Old sweet Jean's strolling up the hallway, and she goes, hey. I said, hey, Jean. She said, do you have a butcher knife? No, I don't. Well, what do you need it for? Well, that's what I killed my husband with. Oh. Okay. No, we don't have those here. She said, oh. What do you need it for if he's already dead, honey? I don't like my roommate.
What?
We don't do that here. No.
So I worked in a nursing home for 2 years. And a lot of my patients had dementia and Parkinson's, so they actually confessed a lot of things to me. Things that made me terrified of being around them if they were not frail and fragile and old. But one lady that was so sweet, so kind, absolutely loved her. I'm putting her to bed one night and she grabs my hand and she pulls me in. She goes, let me tell you something I've never told anyone. Let me tell you something that not many people know, but I trust you, so I'll tell you. I was a World War II spy, and I didn't know how to respond. I killed over 50, 60 men in about a week. There's a reason we were terrified when that woman found a knife a few months later.
She can murder all y'all, and y'all will not even know.
Honey, because I don't underestimate nobody. I don't cry out to her.
Because she knows she has combat in her blood. Like but that other one though.
What you say?
Forgive the hair. I am not a nurse, nor do I pretend to be. However, I was speaking with an individual while scheduling his physical on the phone, and it got really personal really quickly. He was clearly stuck in quarantine, and he was tired of it. And he got a little emotional, and he spoke about his time overseas in the military as a paramedic, and all of the men that he helped fall asleep forever because he knew that they would not be able to make it to the helicopters or to the hospital tents, the MASH units. And he knew every one of their names and their ages and their families' names. And he carries it to this day with him. And I felt so awkward because I was like, okay, now we schedule your colonoscopy.
One second, I gotta close my door.
Should I already had closed? You know you come?
I had a man, right, who admitted how often he cheated on his wife and how often he hit his wife. So I said, I'm like, it's okay to let some things die with you, right? I've had a woman who, she lived out in the country, and she was married 3 times. And each one of her husbands died. The first one was from like a stomach infection. The second one had a hunting accident. And the third one had a car accident. And she admitted that she actually murdered all of them. We had another one where, and I actually saw it in your comments, but I've heard this, a woman's first husband was incredibly abusive. And she actually gave me this advice. She's like, if you ever marry an abusive man, honey, you need to get a horse. And you need to make sure that your husband learns to ride the horse. Because horses are great covers for head injuries. What else? I had a woman who said...
So she basically said she blunt force trauma to the head and blamed the horse.
He fell off a horse.
Wow. God.
Okay.
And if you notice, it's a lot of women's stories. Fellas, be careful.
Her best friend came to her and said, my husband's abusive. And she's like, don't worry, we got it. And they shot him in the back of the head, dismembered him, and then threw his body parts into different parts of the Mississippi River.
Wow.
And sometimes that's just a normal Tuesday for us to hear this stuff.
What?
Oh yeah, that is definitely a thing that absolutely nobody talks about enough in nursing. If you work in a skilled nursing facility, then you know, as well as I do, that there's a lot of little ladies whose husbands died of mysterious circumstances. If you work on a memory unit, I know for a fact, you have at least one story where an old lady with dementia was talking about how she poisoned her husband. A lot of little ladies have killed their husbands in like the 60s and 70s and got away with it, and like they get dementia and then they confess to it all, and they're just not with it and they have no idea. It happens actually a bit more frequently than I think a lot of people realize, and we all just kind of brush it off and we're like, that's nice, Joanne, it's time for pudding cups.
Not only murder, but a lot of like old white people tend to want to confess a lot of racist crimes that they committed. I remember there was one police officer who was telling me that back in the 60s, he saw the biggest crime in New York City, which was a jewelry theft at a hotel. And he was very proud of this. And he told me that he got promoted and everything. And then when I asked him, like, well, how'd you figure out who the assailant was? He goes, it was easy. It was the one black guy that was working there. I beat him up. I got him to confess. We never found the jewels, but I got my man. No, man, you blame the one black guy that you got promoted. And you probably never even found the guy in the actual jewels. Right. I hope that guy burns in hell.
What's the most fucked up thing that your parents...
I wanted to see the little previous.
Girl, this is too much, bro. That one number 8 minutes for real, bro.
That was a lot.
Hell yeah,
I learned some stuff. That was a lot, though.
And good, if you notice it, they only.
You didn't catch that, did you?
I looked at your ass the whole video,
I was just playing.
That's why, hey, fellas.
I was just playing.
That's the reason why a lot of dudes' grandparents taught them learn how to cook your own food. Hey, when Big Mama said learn how to cook your own food, she tell, bruh, a lot of shit starting to make sense now.
Oh my God.
Bruh, y'all better go in the kitchen, cook your own food, make your own spaghetti, make sure you mix your own seasonings, and then if she try to hand you something, say, nah, that ain't what I bought.
Oh my gosh, really?
I'm just trying to save some lives out here in these streets, bro.
Else. Come on.
Again, fellas, if you ain't go to the store and buy it and make it yourself, don't eat it. But with that being said, y'all know how we do it right here.
No, you good.
Alright, but as always, I do go put in there, DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Nicole.
We are, and we are, y'all.
Ain't no time to kick it, got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money low, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.